as we welcome the Democratic nominee for president, Secretary Clinton, and the Republican nominee for president, Mr. Trump.
Hell yeah. Listen to what she says, though. We need to revisit what she says, everybody.
Undocumented people. They have 4 million American citizen children. 15 million people. He said as recently as a few weeks ago in Phoenix that every undocumented person would be subject to deportation. Now, here's what that means. It means you would have to have a massive law enforcement presence, where law enforcement officers would be going school to school, home to home, business to business, rounding up people who are undocumented.
And that's the way we need to do it.
We would then have to put them on trains, on buses to get them out of our country.
Yeah, well, they're coming in on trains and buses into the country now, full force. Chicago and New York.
I think it's an idea that would
and Los Angeles too, I bet.
I have been for
in other
border
cities
security for years. I voted for border security in the United States Senate. And my comprehensive immigration reform plan, of course, includes border security. But I want to put our resources where I think they're most needed. Getting rid of any violent person, anybody who should be deported, we should deport them. When it comes to the wall that Donald talks about building, he went to Mexico.
We need the wall.
The Mexican president didn't even raise it. He choked. And then got into a Twitter war because the Mexican president said, we're not paying for that wall. So I think we are both a nation of immigrants and we are a nation of laws, and that we can act accordingly. And that's why I'm introducing comprehensive immigration reform within the first 100 days with a path to
fuck you, bitch.
Thank you, Secretary.
You lying sack of shit. You kill everything you touch.
Respond to them. First of all, I had a very good meeting with the president of Mexico. Very nice man. We will be doing very much better with Mexico on trade deals, believe me. The NAFTA deal signed by her husband's one of the worst deals ever made of any kind, signed by anybody. It's a disaster. Hillary Clinton wanted the wall. Hillary Clinton fought for the wall in 2006 or thereabouts.
Sorry, buddy. I'm just trying to readjust my seating here.
She never gets anything done, so naturally the wall wasn't built. But Hillary Clinton wanted the wall.
Well, let me,
we are a country of laws. Let me and by the way,
no, wait. I'd like to hear from. Well, but I'd like to hear from Secretary Clinton.
I voted for border security, and there are some limited places where that was.
Well, he has no filter, you know.
Necessarily going to be new technology and how best to deploy that, but. It is clear when you look at what Donald has been proposing. He started his campaign bashing immigrants, calling Mexican immigrants rapists and criminals and drug
dealers. Oh, well,
dealers.
he just calls it how he sees it. He just calls it how he sees it.
What we should do to deal with immigrants. Now, what I am also arguing is that bringing undocumented immigrants out from the shadows, putting them into the formal economy will be good, because then employers can't exploit them and undercut Americans' wages. And Donald knows a lot about this. He used undocumented labor to build the Trump Tower. He underpaid undocumented workers, and when they complained, he basically said what a lot of employers do. You complain, I'll get you deported. I want to get everybody out of the shadows, get the economy working, and not let employers like Donald exploit undocumented workers, which hurts them but also hurts American workers.
Yeah, bullshit.
Obama has moved millions of people out. Nobody knows about it, nobody talks about it, but under Obama, millions of people have been moved out of this country. They've been deported.
Good.
He doesn't want to say that, but that's what's happened, and that's what's happened big league. As far as moving these people out and moving, we either have a country or we don't. We're a country of laws. We either have a border or we don't. Now, you can come back in and you can become a citizen, but it's very unfair. We have millions of people that did it the right way. They're online, they're waiting. We're going to speed up the process bigly because it's very inefficient. But they're online and they're waiting to become citizens. Very unfair that somebody runs across the border, becomes a citizen. Under her plan, you have open borders. You will have a disaster on trade, and you will have a disaster with your borders. What we will say is that President has deported millions and millions of people just the way we will not have open borders.
Well, we need to deport more, damn it. We need to deport more of these fuckers out of here.
reform, and this used to be a bipartisan issue. Ronald Reagan was the last president to sign immigration reform, and George W. Bush supported it.
Poor
as well.
TV.
Secretary Clinton, I want to clear up your position on this issue because in a speech you gave to a Brazilian bank for which you were paid $225,000, we've learned from the WikiLeaks that you said.
I wish I could do that to a TV. I just don't have the. I don't have a good enough place to do it. It would be fun to do though. Put it on a burner and just let it melt. I'll see you guys later.
So I think that this is such an unprecedented situation. We've never had.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say it wasn't working.
Crest Gum Detoxified works below the gum line to help heal gums and stop bleeding. Crest.